Hey, it's Natasha Moore. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This week, my video will look a lot different. I am taking you back to a video that I did previously, and it is that I hope that it will bless you. It's about the capacity and what capacity are you carrying? Are you carrying something in your life that is too heavy for you to do in your own strength? So I'm just going to switch you over to that video and I hope that it blesses you. Explaining to one of my sons as he was putting clothes into the dryer to be mindful not to put loads that are too heavy inside the dryer. I mentioned that in homes you have dryers that are made for residential capacity, so the loads cannot be too heavy to make sure that the dryer functions well. And I talked to him about in laundromats, you have dryers that are commercial capacity. So those are made for oversized loads that they can carry. They have the ability to withstand and hold up to loads that are oversized because they have bands that are thicker that can hold the drum as it goes around to make and not break. And as I was speaking to him, the Holy Spirit gave me a word, and I felt like I was preaching to myself. So I had to share it. And I wrote it down. Sometimes we carry burdens and assignments that are beyond our human capacity, whether it's in relationships, whether it's on a job, whether it's some type of agreement that we have made with someone. We carry those burdens, and other times those burdens or those weights they may be emotional. Some of those burdens and weights that we volunteered for, and some of those are God given. And the problem arises when we are facing a human a human emotion or something that we volunteered for, and it becomes overwhelming, and we try to use our natural strength in order to bear whatever it is, whether it is bitterness, whether it's shame, whether it's unforgiveness, whether it is anger. All of these emotions are valid. However, we use our natural strength to try to handle those when those are outside of our human ability. Forgiveness, shame, and anger. And what happens when we try to carry those ourselves, that forgiveness, it, or should I say that unforgiveness, it becomes unbearable and it turns into bitterness. That anger, we get angrier. The word says, be angry and sin not. Because here's the thing, it's okay to be angry, it's not okay to stay angry. And sometimes we feel like a we have a right to hold on to unforgiveness. We have a right, you have a right to be angry. You don't have a right to stay angry. And we allow those things to fester in our spirit, and then they start manifesting into other traits that are outside of what God gave us. They become basically too heavy for us to carry. So we have to manipulate and contort ourselves in order to adapt to the heaviness of what we are unwilling to give to God. And on the flip side, and not even the flip side of that, something else that we attempt to carry on our own, if it is an assignment that God has, that is genuinely God given, and we we become overwhelmed, we become frustrated, we become depressed because it is not working out the way that we want it to, the way that we want it to, and the time that we think it should. It becomes weighty, it weighs on our spirit. And the majority of the time, we are attempting to do it in our own strength. Something, an assignment that God has given us, calls for spiritual capacity. But because maybe of past achievements, because of the labels that we have, that people have given us, whether we're a leader of some sort, and we always have been able to accomplish it in our own strength. We look to us as opposed to looking to the source that gave us the assignment in the first place, when we need to look to him in order to help us carry the weight of the load that was given to us. So, in those times when we know that we are carrying something, one, that we were never meant to carry for extended periods, like unforgiveness, bitterness, anger, shame, we need to give those things to God, because never God never intended for us to carry those burdens, those weights for a long term. So there is no way that you can manipulate, outwork, hide enough, shapeshift, transform enough to overcome something that is spiritual with your human strength. But God can. The Holy Spirit can. Remember that. All right. So that's it. Thanks for watching. And I hope that that blessed you in some way. And if it did, please be sure to share with a friend, colleague, family member who would benefit from this. And I will see you next time.